do you tell when it's too hot to ride your horse? Ooh, this is a good one. We get this question a lot. Does SmartPak have any items that would help with keeping cool this summer? Do we ever?
So, you know, when I read online about people that are having conversations about when it's too hot to ride, it's interesting that the people who live in the northern climate, like, oh, it's 75, I'm so hot. And then the people in the south, it's just a solid, all caps, ha, 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 ha. and maybe you're rolling on the floor laughing. But so it a little bit varies from where you are and what you're acclimated to. That's a huge component of heat and really cold too. So it's vice versa. There is a rule of 150 that when you add the temperature and the humidity, if it's 150 or greater, you either shouldn't work or you should really take it easy. So that would be
about
like
riding, not like going to work. You still have to go to work.
Don't go to work
This
if
is
it's
not a
150.
doctor's note.
So like that would be like a 90 degrees and a 60% humidity.
Okay.
So it's not as like that's not exactly the heat index because it's a little bit more complicated. There is an algorithm. It takes into account the sun intensity, the cloud cover, wind, because you know you feel cooler on a day when there is a breeze outside versus there is nothing moving and it's muggy and warm and you're like, oh, you're out there for just a few minutes and you can't take it. So a little bit use your common sense. Certainly if you moved a horse to an area that was cool and now it's warm, he's going to need to get used to it. If a horse is not fit, the time to ask him for that 100-mile trail ride is not the hottest, muggiest day of the year. Because horses sweat to keep their core temperature at 99.5 degrees. If the sweating mechanism is inefficient, as it becomes when the air is full of moisture, they're not going to be able to cool off, and then their core temperature is going to rise, and that can actually become dangerous for them like it's dangerous for people. So it's a little bit using your head.
So definitely that 150 is kind of a good rule of thumb.
It is.
The rule of 150 is a good place to get you thinking about it. But if you're worried about it, it's probably not worth the risk. Ride in the morning, ride at night, but don't feel like you need to go out there and go crazy.
And if you have a show planned, I mean, even though you've paid money or whatever and it's all planned, use your head.
Yeah.
You know, you don't have to do this. It's not worth it.
Yeah. I feel like we missed something because I was wondering, because I know we have some products back here that we didn't talk about. And it was do we have any products to help keep you cool this summer?
We did miss that.
And do we ever? I don't remember what happened with this question, but I got so excited. We talked about when it was too hot to ride, and that's such a great topic. So we got distracted.
Look what I found.
But CAB 187, we are going to answer the second half of your question. This is cooling
technology,
which is very cool.
Yeah, very hip.
Pun intended.
So you wet this and you put it on your horse and it helps. I think I read about this. I think it can reduce by the ambient temperature around the horse like 30 degrees or something crazy. And the really cool thing is if you don't wet it, you can use it in the winter then as like a wicking to wick the sweat off after you ride and dry your horse faster. So it's a year-round technology, but I haven't used it. It's new for us, I think. I would like to. I think it's a super product, so that's what I recommend for your horse. I also found this. You know, when I was answering this question, I just kept finding stuff. This is getting awesome reviews. It's a sunflower sun coat. It's for horses who have some, well, that you don't want to bleach out because they have a beautiful bay coat or black or whatever. But imagine too if they have white somewhere and it's pink skin under white hair versus dark skin under dark hair, and this can help protect them because it's UVA and UVB both. So this is getting rave reviews. And I also like these fly masks that have the long noses also provide some protection for those white noses, those pink noses.
When you have those markings and you can get that
strips
peeling
and
skin.
snips, and it's painful because it gets really red, you know? So
there's a lot of things that we have to help you cover up. We also did an article called Beat the Heat in one of our recent supplement nutrition guides that we sent out, and that has some product picks to both protect you from the sun and help you keep your cool. So we'll include a link to that.
Too.
Yeah,
like
for
the
people.
long sleeve shirts.
We have a lot of sun shirts, and they have really cool ventilation under the arms. There's a lot of cool products we're very passionate about here at SmartPak. And of course, Well, shout out, free shipping both ways, free ship over $75 and free returns on sized items. So it's the smartest place to try a new product like a Kool-Aid blanket.